This show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings and, of course, to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at hivemindcrm.io.
Hey, welcome to today's episode. I have a special guest, Mr. Mark Kid Corona out of Arizona. We have a cool, interesting story that we're covering in the breakdown today. So what's your cool, interesting story? Mr. Corona has been a radio host for over 20 years, and he has a product called Jack Trivia. If you haven't seen the episode, go check it out. It's probably before this one, a few episodes before, so definitely go check it out. What's your cool story, man?
So I remember I was in LA and I was auditioning. This is like 2005, and I was auditioning to be on a radio station called Kiss FM, which is basically the biggest radio station in LA. And I was called in for it. And you don't usually get called for these stations, right? Like, this is like, you have to be really good. I'm not tooting my own horn, but that's what it is. You have to be good or you're not even getting a call. So I got that call. They're like, yeah, we love we love your demo. It sounds great, blah, blah, blah. They wanted me to come in and do a weekend. I'm like, yes, Kiss FM LA, I am there. Walk into the studio. First night is great. Second night was bizarre. It was probably the most interesting thing that's happened to me probably up to that. I'm going to say up to that point. All of a sudden, I see somebody knocking on the studio door. And I'm just like, the heck is that? And I see some people looking. There's a little square window, right? Okay, it's a big door with a little square window. Somebody's like peeking in. I'm like, do not come into the studio when I'm on the air. Okay, you just don't do that. And the on-air light is on, so they know not to walk in, right? Yeah. So I just see a guy, just again poking their head. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So finally, I'm like, yeah, come on in. What's going on here? I thought maybe it was somebody trying to clean the studio. It's a weekend, So I'm like, offices are closed, so I don't know who the heck is there. And you have to have a key card to get in the first place. How they got into this day is beyond me because of what happened. I totally even erased that part of my memory. All of a sudden, here comes walking in this guy, another guy, and in the middle is freaking Brittany Spears walking into the studio, asking me to play her new song. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on here? She goes, yeah, I just got a new song. So, I know so-and-so and so-and-so. So it's going to be fine if you could just play the song. And I'm like, oh, whoa. Totally would never have expected Britney Spears walking out of nowhere into my studio on a weekend, asking me to play her song. Unbelievable. That to me was probably one of the greatest stories ever. There's one more. Did you have a question?
Yeah. Did you play the song?
Oh no, I did. Yeah, dude, it's Britney Spears walking into the studio. Of course, you're gonna play the song.
Well, I mean, I've never been on radio, so I'm like, do you have to like push it through? Do you have to like approve what songs you can play? Like, I don't know. I've never done this before.
In any other situation, a lesser known artist, I'd probably be fired for it. In this situation, I'd be fired for not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do it. One other one that was significant to me is this is probably about 2001 or 2, right around there. I don't know if you know Tommy Lee, the guitarist. The drummer. I'm sorry, the drummer from Motley Crue. Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson. Were married. So if you don't know who that is, you can look them up. But super famous. So Tommy Lee is rolling through Palm Springs apparently, and he's listening to the radio. And I'm just about to get off my radio shift, right? So I'm like getting off. It's like 5:30 in the afternoon, and it's like I'm doing my last break and whatever. So I get out of the studio, pack up my stuff, and I'm walking out to the lobby. I open up the door, and it was a double take for me. I open up the door, and all of a sudden, I'm like, this guy's walking right past me, and I look at him, and I'm like, what the hell was that? Tommy Lee? Dude, I run back into the station and I'm like, what is Tommy Lee doing here? I'm like, I'm going to take my opportunity to interview the guy, right? He's there to see me.
Oh,
without me even knowing this.
Wow.
He's like, he comes over and they're like, oh, kid, they call me over. They're like, Corona, hey, Tommy Lee wants to meet you. So Tommy's like, hey, man, I'm driving through Palm Springs and I had to stop by your radio station. I love your show. Love your show. And dude, we got pictures together and all that stuff. And that to me meant the world right there. That is something I will remember for the rest of my life. A musician of his status is walking and telling me, turned around to come to the radio station telling me that he loved my show. That to me was one of those things that I can die happy with.
Yeah.
You know?
It's when you're just producing, you don't know who's actually listening. And it's kind of cool that he's not coming into the office looking for you while you're walking out the door.
Exactly. He wants to know who Kid Corona is. Of course, he didn't know what I look like, right? So he's looking to see who I am. And that's when, we put it together. But I'm like, wow, Tommy Lee just said that he loves my show. I mean, dude, that's huge. In fact, I put it on my website. I have several stories of the celebrities that I've interviewed over the years. And on my website, I included that on there. I put on there how Tommy Lee walked in, and everything I just told you right now. I'm like, that's one of those stories I'm never going to forget. And then Beyonce giving me a kiss. That's another good one. I should have probably led with that. I just now thought about that. That was way when she was with Destiny's Child, though.
I mean, hey, Beyonce's Beyonce.
No matter what, the Queen Bee, man, the Queen Bee. It's true. Yeah, she was with Destiny's Child at the time, but yeah, they were super, super sweet. Her and the rest of the girls, just really, really nice. But yeah, they all give me a kiss on the cheeks. I don't want to say on the mouth, kiss on the cheeks, and they were calling me cutie pie. That's probably the one I should have led with.
No, it's interesting. Like I said, going through the radio route, like you probably meet a lot of interesting people because like even nowadays you see like these major and Kiss FM is a major radio station, 100%.
Yes, it is.
It would make sense that you've met crazy people in your 20-year career.
Oh yeah, dude, I have, man. It's been a wild ride and a fun wild ride. Let me tell you, I don't get jaded anymore. I mean that when you're new at it, it's huge.
Yeah.
But after 20 years of doing it, to me, it was just business as usual. Having these guys come in, stuff like that, interviewing them, hanging out with them, getting invited to parties with them. It was just it's life as usual, at that point.
Well, for all the rest of the normal people, that's pretty cool. Oh man, it's definitely interesting stories. A lot of cool people out there. You don't know who's listening.
Yeah, you never do.
Keep doing what you're doing, and somebody will say you were impacted by that conversation 10 years ago.
100%, man. Yep, I agree with you 100% on that.
It's very, very interesting. Where can people find you online? And tell us a little bit quick about Jack Trivia. If you want to know more, definitely go check the other episode. But for people here listening to this episode, where people find you online and what's Jack Trivia? Yeah,
they can find me at markcorona.com, Corona like the beer or like the virus, whichever one you choose. And Jack Trivia is the only TV-style game show for bars and restaurants. No one else in the world that we know of is doing this. We're the only ones. Yeah. It's huge. It's awesome.
We went really in depth into that, so definitely go check out the other episode for this. So,
oh yeah,
definitely cool. Thanks for coming on, man. Definitely a unique interview, to say the least.
glad you liked it, man. I enjoyed being on your podcast. I really did.
Well, we'll have to do another one in español.
Ya estás. Nomás me dices, me llamas y ya ahí nos ponemos de acuerdo.
Okay. So if you speak Spanish, we're going to do another one in Spanish, but not after this. We're going to do another day. For everybody here, this is, you see this Santa hat. This will probably come out after Christmas. So sorry. Merry Christmas to everybody. And thanks for coming on. Mark the Kid Corona.
Yep. And Merry Christmas to you, man.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
If you like this episode, go like, subscribe, share with a friend. We'll see you on the next one.
Hey guys, we hope you're enjoying this content. If you have leads that you need to dispo anywhere in the country, please visit hivebc.io, like hivebuyersclub.io, and we'll help you move those deals that you need to get into the marketplace.
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the skip trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.onelistguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.
I listened to a bunch of podcasts and real estate kept popping up. And so in 2014, I bought a triplex with a friend of mine. And we didn't